Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Life According to Tish. Tish here, and today we are working on the dining room. So excited to do this project. This is something I've wanted to do for some time now and finally got to doing it. So stick around and see how it turns out. So I found this gem at the Habitat for Humanity Restore this morning. I just went out to see what they had just because my budget has changed. With me getting a different countertop for the kitchen. Yeah, so this was $25. It's gonna be changed because it needs to be updated. It's bronze, as you can see. I do love the crackle finish. It came with a cat. But I do love the crackle finish. However, bronze does not match my decor. But I thought it was simple enough and yet still had some elegance to it without being too gaudy or too old-fashioned. And I think I'm just gonna spray paint it. I have satin nickel finish spray paint that I haven't tried yet, so hopefully it'll work out. I'm just a little worried because it's super heavy. But yeah, so I'm gonna spray paint it. We'll clean it up and then spray paint it and see what we can do with it. And another cat. Hey, Comet. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear out the space, move the table aside so I can get ready to add board and batten to the wall. So I've been thinking about doing this project for quite some time now, and with the revamp of my channel, it kind of pushed me to just go ahead and do it because I've been putting it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the bookcase out of the way and put that into the living room. This is a can of paint that I use for the hallway that I'm going to use in here. And now I'm going to go ahead and start to add the wood to the wall. So I have my nail gun, my leveler, and I'm wearing my handy dandy goggles that I so often wear in my videos. But yes, I'm going to make sure that everything's measured out so that I can measure more times than I cut. It's always easier to take off, but you can't ever add it back when you cut too much. So now I'm going to go ahead and get to the vertical pieces of wood now that the horizontal is down, and trying to make adjustments as problems arise during this project because there were so many problems that happened. So yeah, just trying to make the best out of it. Hey guys, so it is the next day. Fell into a whole lot of problems, and I will say this. I try not to speak negativity into the atmosphere. However, every single time I go to do something in my house, no matter what the project is, something always goes wrong. Something. The project might still turn out okay, but something always goes wrong. So, last night, my nail gun just decided to stop shooting out the nails. And I looked it up to see, what I could possibly do myself. And I don't know how to fix it. So I just went and bought a new one this morning because I just don't have time. So therefore, here we are, day 2. Even though I didn't start until like 5 p.m. last night, I still should have finished this project. I still should have finished by 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock. The latest, and all I would have done today was just touch up, paint, make sure all the spaces are caulked and sealed in and that there's no gaps. Like, that's all I would have done today, but instead this is what we have. So what I did last night, instead of me just completely giving up because I wanted to give up, I remembered that I had liquid nails. So let me at least cut all the pieces that I have and try to affix them to the wall with the liquid nails until I get the new nail gun today. So I ordered the nail gun last night and went and picked it up from Lowe's this morning. I so love order pickup, like love it. So yeah, so that was my attempt, It worked in some places, it didn't work in others. The horizontal beam only stuck in one place. The one place that is stuck is where it's stuck wrong. So yeah, so we're gonna try to fix that without damaging anything else and try to get this done, because that is not what I had planned today. I had a whole list of things I needed to do today, but here we are, trying to finish this project. I also painted the chandelier. So I painted it the satin nickel, and I don't like it. I also forgot to clean it before I started painting it, so good thing I don't like it. So I think that I'm going to just paint it black. It'll kind of match the table, because the table is that dark cocoa color that was like popular 10 years ago. So I think I'm just going to paint it black, and that way it won't look like gaudy. It won't look like, I'm a really simple craftsman style girl, and this is not simple and craftsman. So I think if I do it black, it'll kind of touch onto that craftsman style. And I'll just like it just that much more. So I went and got some flat or matte, I'm not sure which one, black spray paint to spray paint this over, and I think I'll like it so much better. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this old nail gun, connect the new one. Hopefully I can get it to work so we can get this done, because like I said, I have a lot of stuff to do today. It's already like, I think 11:30, 11:40 in the morning, so off to a late start. I missed the notification to go pick up my stuff. Like, I checked my phone and they must have sent the notification while my phone was still unlocked, so that when it locked and I went to keep checking it to see if the notification was there, it wasn't on the screen. So an hour later, I decided to actually unlock my phone to see, why haven't I heard from them yet? And it was there. So put me an extra hour behind. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that so that I can, you know what? I'm actually gonna paint the chandelier first. That way it can dry while I'm doing everything else, because I would love to be able to get that up today as well and just be done. Just want to be done. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll disconnect the nail gun, connect the new one, and get back to work. But I did cut all the pieces that I had, and I shorted myself one slat of the wood. I don't know how I did that, because I had 11 and then I took one off and put 10. I'm not sure why. I don't remember why I took it off, but I clearly needed that one. So either way, I would not have been done with the project yesterday. So here we are today. Let's get this done, and yeah. Alright, so now I am going to go ahead and permanently attach the wood to the walls with the nail gun, and excited that it's working after the struggle from last night. So I'm just going to check and make sure that everything is level, because using the liquid nails, like I said, it didn't really work. So a lot of the wood shifted. That tape wasn't strong enough to hold it in place. So I'm just going to make sure that it's good. Now we're going to go ahead and start to paint. I already primed, sanded and primed the wood first, and now I'm going to paint the wood as well as the wall so that it looks nice and like it's one piece.
Play this song, just sing along. I made a list I can't forget. Now back to this song, not again. I know you missed that we were friends. Now you missed it. Feels like it's been so long, but it sounds right to say with this song. All night we're trying to find the words, to say. Big back, no heart attack. You got a bad, no this and that. This bad won't take her back. No, it won't, can't take her back. We got 2 minutes now before you call my ass again. Yeah, I'll switch you on.
Alright guys, so this is now day 3, and I went and got different wood because I did not like my mistake. So I don't even know if I said this, but I ended up ordering the wrong wood. I got white furring something, I think it's called, and as you can see, it was not white and it's very raw. Like, all the grains, all the knots, everything is visible. So even after sanding, priming, and painting, it just wasn't the smoothness, and even the corners were not as straight right angle as I wanted them to be. And I had gotten the correct wood to use as the ledge, and just love how nice and clean the lines are. So I went back and ordered the correct wood that I should have gotten in the first place, which is what I used on my fireplace, and I loved it. And this is pre-primed for you, nice clean edges. So I thought that it wasn't going to cost that much money, and it didn't. I only needed 10 pieces. I already still had some left over from doing the fireplace, so it cost me $40 to get this wood. The other wood was only, I think, $12 or so, which I should have known was the wrong wood because it was so cheap. But I love it. So this is why we're now on day 3. But I will say that it took me about 40 minutes to put this up. I already went and measured and cut everything, so that all I had to do was just go ahead and pop them on there. And when you do that, it really just goes by super fast. The measurements, I put extra spots of tape up on the wall and the baseboard so that I knew exactly where they were. I still measured and leveled just to make sure that I was my 14.5 inches apart. But like I said, because I had already pre-cut the wood, I knew exactly where I wanted it to go. It only took me about 40 minutes to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the wood now and trim, touch up whatever I need to touch up on the walls so I can finally be done. I do need to paint the actual walls again. They're kind of scuffed up from, I think, me having like my mirror hanging against the wall. I'm not sure, but that is going to wait because I will be doing my kitchen over. So whenever I paint the kitchen, because it's all connected, then that is when I will go ahead and do this paint. That way that I am not wasting a roller and paint brushes, and I could just do it all at one time and it'll be nice and fresh. And the wood wasn't the only thing that changed. I just did not like the light once I got it up, even once it was painted black. I didn't like the glass shades that was on it, and by the time I spent money to replace the shades to get updated ones, it came up to be about $80, and I was just like, why not just buy a new light? My mom did say she would buy that other light from me, that way it wouldn't be a waste, but then I ended up breaking the shades when I was taking it down. So this light I got from Amazon, and it was only $79, I believe, and I love it. It works with my craftsman style, and it looks perfect in the space. I just love the way it looks. And this is an overview of what the light looks like over the table. And now it's time to hang up my mirror. Now this mirror I have had, y'all, for I feel like so long. It was in my bedroom back at home in my parents' house, and I got it from IKEA. I cannot remember when it was. It was probably about 2005 or 2006 maybe. So yeah, this mirror is about 14 years old. And I'm just so happy that I could reuse it. I had it in my coat closet for a couple years trying to figure out where I was going to hang it. When my parents took it off of my bedroom wall, I'm not sure what they did with the brackets that came with it. So I did order some more from Lowe's for about $3 so that I could finally get this mirror up, and I absolutely love it. So I think it looked really good with the circles above the sharp lines of the wall, and here's an up close look at it with the two wreaths that I think just gave it such a great finishing touch. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the mirror cleaned so that we can move on to the table. So to update the table, I am going to go ahead and take off my winter place mattings and give the table a nice clean. And I'm just using a Windex type cleaner from the Dollar Tree. I normally will use vinegar and water, but whenever I want to do like a really deep clean, I'll just go ahead and use that glass cleaner. And the rag is actually a cut up towel that I use to clean around the house. So now that the table is all nice and clean, I'm going to go ahead and get the floors clean. So I'm going to do a quick So I'm going to do a quick vacuum with my handheld just to get up whatever dust and whatever is on the floor. And now I'm going to use my Bonner along with a Swiffer, and on my Swiffer I use microfiber cloths. That way I can just continue to reuse them, throw them in the wash when I'm done, instead of constantly buying the Swiffer pads to clean. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my new runner. So I ordered this from Target. Unfortunately, when I ordered it, the only size they had available for pickup was the larger size, which is clearly too large. So I have already gotten the smaller one. When I went back in, they did have it in the 72 inches. I think this one is 8 feet long, like 90 something, 94 or 98 inches. So now I'm going to cover the chairs. Oh my gosh, I've been looking for chair covers to fit my chairs for so long. Probably since I first painted the house gray. And like that, we're all done. So here is an overview of what the space is looking like so far, and I love it. I love the sharp lines. I love the circles. It's like repeating with the lines and circles throughout the space, and I think it just works so well together. The monotone colors, I love the simplicity of just the grays and whites and the little hint of black. This is the dining room I've been wanting for so many years, and I'm so happy that I finally have. Now I am working on the bookcase. This is the finishing touch of the space. That wall just seemed like it was missing something, and I knew that this bookcase was just what I wanted. I love the look of the ladder bookcases and found the perfect color to match the dining room table. I'm still a matchy kind of girl, if you couldn't tell by now. So I'm just trying to make the space look like a kind of a in-between space between a dining room and a living room. So I have some touches on here for the living space, as well as just a few hints of things that will go with the dining space. And I think it turned out real well. Again, kept it minimalist with what I put on, and as well as the colors. And we are all done in the dining room. So this is what the bookcase looks like. And it's kind of the like middle ground between the living room and a dining room. So that's kind of what I did as far as what I put on as decoration. So it's not completely dining room decoration, it's not completely living room decoration, but it's a little of both, and I love the way that it turned out. And there's one more thing I want to do to that mirror that I will add. If I like it, you will see it in the final clip. I'm trying not to show the kitchen too much because still working on that makeover. That will be, I think, the next makeover that you guys will see. But I love how it turned out. And this is what the light fixture looks like. I love it. I love that it's rectangular with the round table, and the light bulbs look great. Here's a closer look at what the wall looks like, and again, I just love the way the space turned out. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that this inspires you to update your dining room, and I'll see you next time. Bye.